Oh, hello everybody. I've just realised I don't need that there, do I? It's Dr. O Live. It's Sunday evening as I'm recording this. So I've just finished 3 days with. Do you like my background, by the way? How cool is that? I've just finished 3 days teaching on property investing. So it's been a great weekend. It's the last one I've done for the year. And I just wanted to tackle a subject which I think is really important, and that is the psychology of saying yes. When you have an idea, or someone has an idea that you really like the idea of doing, it's just pursuing that. So whether it's to do with building a business, a new strategy you're pursuing, those of you that are property investors, you want to get into a new strategy, spending more time with your family and doing something on a more personal level, creating something, writing a book, communicating a new message out to the world, whatever it is. This is more of an inspirational message, a reflective one, having had a pretty intense 3 days, and that is that fortune favors the bold. The reality is that sitting at home, being fearful, wondering about the worst thing that could possibly happen, those things, all they do is they weigh us down. They're heavy. They're a heaviness around our heart and around our mind. And the problem with that is the minute you start to put a question mark in your mind and that light bulb starts to dim, what you'll do is you'll start looking for other people to validate that very excuse that you created for yourself. Does that make any sense? The word is it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it is human nature by our natural instinct to sometimes pause and go, and depending on your makeup, your belief system, how you emotionally developed yourself, you can kind of go down one of two tracks. One of those tracks is, oh my gosh, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I just need to think about this. It's the classic thing. I've heard it this weekend, of course. I've got to think about this. Maybe I need to go away. And what is there to think about? It's your financial future, or it's your kid's future, or it's your future, it's your aspirations. Most of the time we sit and wait for things to happen that aren't going to really happen. Fear, one great quote is false evidence appearing real, but Shakespeare said our doubts are traitors. They make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. We have these doubts and they become traitors to us. And what we do by human nature is we go looking for other people or other situations that will validate that very fear. So we narrow down our chances, we shrink down our aspirations, we let other people stand around us and, excuse my language, peel over our dreams. We'll even surround ourselves with people that will support that negative belief system. And it could be a nagging doubt that was placed upon you by your parents, or that you adopted from your parents. It could be a belief that happened to you that, as a result of a significant emotional event, jarred you, and it created a complete definition of that particular part of your life, and it won't ever be any different. But it can be. This is the light bulb. Any one of you can reignite your aspirations in any area of your life. So this is a brilliant time of the year to do this. Fortune favors the bold. You have to put yourself in the path of opportunity for it to test you, to knock you around, to stretch your muscles, to stretch your conviction. It is who you become through this process that defines you, not what you do. Success isn't some sort of journey. It's an ongoing evolution. It's a growth. So that's the challenge. If you go down that route and you allow it to happen, it's going to reduce your aspirational path. Whereas you can go down a completely different path where you say, all right, I don't even freaking know how to do this, but I am going to do it. And you kick open the door and suddenly the light shines through and you look through and it's like, well, where do I go? And you take the first step. You cannot physically steer your car unless it's moving. You get in my car, it weighs 2.2 tons. It's an electric car. If I do this with the wheels, they don't want to go anywhere. Once the car is moving, then you can create the direction of it. You can start to steer it in the right direction. The problem is total inertia. You have to break the inertia to get that direction. And as you go through that door and you can see the light and it's pulling you towards it, it will start to illuminate around you the people and the things and the opportunities that you need to do to get to it. At least you're now making a step forward. You're one step closer to it, and you ask somebody to help you, and they come in and they guide you in a different direction. And then that muscle gets built. You lift the 10 kilo weight. You go, okay, I can do this. And then you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to go for the 20 kilo weight. And now you start to work the 20 kilo weight, and that muscle starts to build. And the funny thing is, once you've gone through that door and you followed that light, and you've taken a step forward and another step, suddenly you're 10 steps down, and you look back, and that door that was so big has now become small, and it's in the distance because now you're in the right direction. Whereas had you stopped and gone through the other door, it would have just constantly reinforced the belief that you can't do it, because fortune favors the bold, meaning that when you step up to the place and you're ready to take action, it will present to you whatever or whoever you need to make it happen. Not always in the perfect form, not in the perfect timing necessarily. Sometimes you have to kind of fit the pieces together. But now you're reshaping. That's why when you sit with somebody who's 70 or 80, they have a calmness about certain things when they reflect back. But if you talk to somebody who's 20 or 30 just about to do it, they're like, because we don't know. But the minute we become familiar with something, it then becomes easier. And that thing that we were comfortable with before or uncomfortable with before now becomes our comfort zone. So we move on to another place. So make 2021 a space for you where you are bold, because the light bulbs will come on. Fortune will shine on you. Not always, of course. There's going to be setbacks. Nobody's saying it's going to be an easy ride. The law of attraction, whatever you want to call it, vibrational harmony. But give 2021 a banner for you. What's your banner going to be for the year? What's the pull for 2021? What's it going to do in terms of inspiration? How's it going to help your health, your personal life, your relationships, your finances? Make it the year that you are a freaking warrior. You step into 2021 with your light bulb. No one is going to take this away from you. Nobody's going to put it out. There's people that are going to want to blow out your candle. You protect it. You go forward. You're strong. You're powerful. Not to say you're not going to have challenges, but you approach 2021 with you know what? That was the past. This is the future. Let's redefine who I'm going to be and how it's going to be. Make it something different. Be bold in 2021 and say yes. Start to say yes. Yes, yes, yes. So many people say no. Go and read Richard Branson's book on Screw It, Let's Do It. There's a chapter there on the word yes, and it's like, okay, if you start saying yes to things, doors open for you. If you say no, doors close to you. I had a weekend this weekend. We had a whole bunch of people online, and there'll be maybe 40% or so of them will come forward and do something with us, but the others will be waiting for something else to happen. They'll be looking for a quicker, easier solution to become financially secure, whatever. They're looking for the easy way out, or they're looking for a reason to justify why they shouldn't do it, and yet they're looking down the barrel of next year, which is recession, COVID, economic meltdown, the whole thing. We know that's going to happen. We know we're going into a tough year next year, but we can create opportunities in that space. There are more millionaires created through recessions than any other time in history. So we have to allow ourselves to go into that space and be creative. Past is the past. Who you were before doesn't define who you're going to be in the future. That's it, my Sunday message. Hopefully that helped. I'm going to sign out now. I have a final session to do with some great people, and then I'm going to go home and see my kids.